Hey guys, my name is Neil Mcdonald. I'm the CEO of Moomoo in the US. I'm here today to answer your questions on the subreddit. I'm here to discuss investment trends, financial educational content, and really talk all things Moomoo. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out in your trading journey, this is the place to connect, to learn and grow together. So without any more delay, let's get on with the questions. That's a great question. So I actually started straight from college. I had absolutely zero financial background. Nobody in my family was involved in finance. I had no uncles or grandparents on Wall Street. I was the first person in my family to go to university. I actually did a degree in Imperial in biochemistry, so nothing to do with finance at all. I remember going for the interviews with all these US investment banks in London and feeling a bit nervous around all these people who seemed to know a lot more than I did about finance. So I prefaced every interview with, just so you know, I know nothing about finance. Please don't ask me any questions, but I'm young, I'm hardworking, and I'm willing to learn. And I think that kind of honesty and kind of authentic approach really helps. So it's about being, if you want to try and get a job or you think about starting a journey, being authentic and being honest, I think is a good start. And also knowing what you know and being well aware of what you don't know. So another quick story, I was interviewing with Goldman Sachs. I was still very young, and two of their head partners flew over from New York to London, both wearing very nice suits, very expensive ties. They interviewed me. They said, "Neil, we know there's great Indian food in London. Take me to your favorite place." So without thinking about what they would be eating in fancy restaurants, I took them to this local hole-in-the-wall Indian restaurant with plastic tables. They were horrified when they walked in, but the food is amazing, and I got the job. And I think I got the job because they thought either I was really authentic or really brave to take them to my favorite place, which I did. The truth is, I just didn't think it through, and it could have gone very, very wrong. But it's about being your true self, being authentic, and not trying to be somebody that you're not. Okay, I think what everyone needs to think about when they're investing is, right, if you buy a share in a company, you're actually buying part ownership of that company. So I take advantage of a lot of what the tools that Moomoo has. I do a lot of research on the companies. If you're buying a car, you probably read all about that car, right? If you're buying a share, you're buying a stake in a company, a part ownership of the company. So I do a lot of research, look at all the tools we have on Moomoo, looking at price earning analysis. I use the stock screener and try and find what I think is value. So with my value stocks, I would certainly be a buy and hold person. I always put stops in. I always have a take profit level. I always try and be very, very disciplined. In trading is an emotional thing, right? So what you try and do is take the emotion out of it. Do your research yourself. At the same time though, in my portfolio, I always have a certain level of cash. Markets are irrational, markets are emotional, and momentum can be the inverse of value, both to the upside and to the downside. So if I have a stock I really love, but it's just massively overbought and I think it's gone past any kind of valuation as to where I would reinvest in that company, I will take profits, absolutely. If a stock that I'm not in love with has a big momentum sell-off and I think it's valued down at that point, then absolutely opportunistic. As I said, because markets are not rational, momentum is the inverse of value, and there are always opportunities in the market. So having some cash in your portfolio works. You don't want to be having to sell to realize money on a downtick to be able to reinvest. So I always have 15 to 20% of my portfolio in cash on the platform. Great question, thank you. The overriding principle is really discipline. As I said, trading is an emotional endeavor, and successful traders kind of overcome their natural inclinations, right? That's taking profits too quickly, that's not taking losses. So number one, I always put stops in. That's just a good discipline to have, because the decision you make now as to if the stock made that price, I'd probably want to get out. you're making that decision in a rational state of mind. If you wait until it's down 10% to try and make that decision, you'll probably make the wrong decision. So put your stops in. Number 2, never fall in love with a position. Economics change, companies' earnings change. So as new information comes in, readjust your view on the value of that company. Just don't fall in love with the company itself. And from my years of trading, if you have a position and it's going against you and you don't have stops in, the worst thing you can do is nothing. So if I have 100 shares of something, it comes in, it has bad results, it's down 10%, don't sit there and watch it go down 20% and do nothing. So just make a print, sell 10 shares, and then you feel you're involved and you're trading the position. The worst they can do is stare at the screen, do nothing, watch it go against you, and then all your emotions bubble up and you make poor investment decisions. So don't do nothing, do something. Put stops in, don't fall in love with the position. Okay, so I think the answer to that question is in the question itself, right? I agree. There is, when I started trading, it was we had a Tele-Rate and a Reuters and the first Bloomberg terminal, but there wasn't the avalanche of information that you have. And then came the internet, right? And then Yahoo Finance, TheStreet.com, and all of a sudden, access to company information was democratized, right? So everybody knew what the news was. And then with social media, everyone's an expert, right? So it's about, please curate your resources, right? If you see somebody on social media recommending a stock, check the source, right? Generally, if this person knew where the market was going, they would be living on a yacht. They wouldn't be tweeting out stock recommendations to 10,000 followers, right? I think the greatest investor of the last 30 years, Ken Griffin from Citadel, he's averaged 19% a year returns. And he's a multi-billionaire and considered one of the best investors, if not the best investor of a generation. So don't chase hot stocks. Don't be thinking of making 50, 100% a year, right? Long term is how you build wealth. We know the power of compounding, the compounding of dividends. So again, use the Moomoo platform, do your research before you commit money. As you will when you're buying a car, know everything you can about that company, understand where your entry point would be, where your exit point would be, where your take profit would be, and stay disciplined. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's building wealth for yourself and then for your family, and hopefully for generations below that. But it's not a sprint, guys. Curate the source of information, filter out the noise, stick to good investing principles, and you'll do well. Okay, so I think since the actual inauguration, it's been, or since mid-Feb, a very, very difficult market. What's been strange about this move is generally large down moves. This is the 18th largest S&P down move, I think, since the 20s. And it's normally in reaction to news, right? It's high inflation, it's low growth, it's a bankruptcy, it's the financial crisis. There's a reason for the actual sell-off. Here, it's fear, right? Inflation is still low, growth is still good, unemployment looks good. This is a sell-off really in anticipation of what may come. So it's a lack of clarity on what the government's going to do, and markets hate uncertainty. So number one, I'd say is to remain calm, stick to your principles. As I said, always have a bit of cash in your portfolio, so there will be some opportunities here with some of the sell-offs. I said previously that momentum is the inverse of value. Some stocks certainly look oversold down here. The market kind of looks oversold. Some of this is just unwinding, right? The number of US households hold a record amount of stocks. Hedge funds are over leveraged. So I think the recent sell-off is just a kind of a natural unwinding of that kind of post-election sugar rush that we got from, that the markets got from Trump's kind of win on the 5th. So stay calm, look for opportunities, don't panic. Look at also maybe opportunities, look with the higher volatility in the options market of doing some yield enhancement strategies. But you know, with every move there's opportunity, and you need to have some cash in your portfolio at all times to be able to take advantage of that. So don't do what some households have done. Don't do what some of the hedge funds did and get over leveraged and be a forced seller because you're short gamma into a downturn. So I say, guys, stay calm, don't panic, stick to your principles, look for value. Firstly, thank you for coming to the Moomoo app after trying other apps. What sets us apart is you guys. It's the community, right? So trading is a lonely business, being sat on your own, trading. So when I traded, I had the benefit of a trading floor with 1,000 people. If something went against me, if I was unsure, I could go and talk to 50 different people and get a view. With our 25 million people community, you can be sat in, I don't know, Texas, talk about NVIDIA with someone in Tokyo, you can be in Melbourne, talk to someone in Singapore or in New York. That kind of community, right? That kind of, hey, I've got this position or I'm not sure. Hey, here's my strategy. What do you guys think, right? The power of having that community around you to support you, to help you make much more informed and confident trading decisions. I think that really is the power of Moomoo. And so the power of Moomoo is you guys, the community. Well, I'm glad you joined the platform and thank you for that. But really, the thanks goes out to our community, right? We've got 25 million people globally who are users of the app and the desktop. And everything we do, how it looks now, is really in response to you guys. It looks the way it looks. The features we have are all driven by what you guys have requested. We're not just building what we think you want. We listen to feedback. I probably respond to multiple requests every day for new features, for simplifications. So really this Moomoo app, guys, was built by you, the Moomoo community. So it's a big thank you to all of you guys first. With regards to new features coming up, I don't know if you guys have had a chance yet to check out the new desktop. It really, really is outstanding. So for myself, I spent a lot of time running quantitative trading desks at a large hedge fund at Citadel and at JP Morgan. And the tools you have now with the new desktop, you have, I can't code, I'm useless at coding, I've never even tried to learn Python, but for people who can't code, if you can do Lego, you can do the no-code algo building. So you can write your own algo, and then here's what's astonishing, right? You can then backtest it for free on 10 years worth of data, right? That kind of analytics really was just institutions and hedge funds, and they had the edge because they had that functionality in the tools. That's now available free on the Moomoo desktop, right? I think that's what kind of sets us apart. Glad you asked that, guys. So, as we're continually trying to bring you new features, new instruments, and kind of round out our offering. So I can announce here that we are, in the next 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to be launching in the US here, Moomoo Crypto. So you're going to be able to trade against fiat, 20 to 25 coins. If you have an MFI account, you will see your portfolio will include both your MFI and your Moomoo crypto account, and they'll all be aggregated into one portfolio. So we're giving you access to 20 to 25 digital assets. And that's a new feature. That's obviously a new instrument set on the platform, and I think that helps stickiness on the platform, and also it gives some of the more active traders more instruments to look at. We didn't rush with our crypto. We waited till there's more regulatory clarity when we felt it was more of an established asset class. We believe we're at that point now, and we're ready to roll out crypto. So we're excited about our launch. So it should be within the next 2 months. So guys, so just wait for the announcement. It should be coming shortly. I'm glad you asked. Yes, I do, and I happen to have it here with me right now. So this is my favorite Moomoo. This was the one for Lunar New Year this year. Why do I like it? A, because he sat down, because in all the other Noonus bar one, poor Nunu stood up, which sounds like a lot of work to me. Sat down is great, and I love peaches. So kind of perfect between him looking very relaxed, looking very happy about to eat, and the fact it has fruit and it just looks very wholesome. And so this is my favorite Nunu. Guys, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to connect and converse and answer the community's questions. I hope you enjoyed my answers. Hopefully this is the first of many please reach out to me. I'm on the Moomoo community. You can reach me through the Moomoo official Reddit as well. So yeah, thank you. We'll do it again. Thanks, guys.